It's been a year of flooding for Buffalo, Iowa. How rain has added to the never-ending cleanup and closures.
At 2 weeks into the fall season, some public works departments are already thinking about winter weather, how Davenport crews are preparing for it.
Live from the Local 4 News Studios, this is Fox 18 News at 7 in high definition.
Hi again, everybody, and good morning. I'm Redrick Terry.
And I'm Alexandria Ikomoni. Thanks for watching Fox 18 News at 7.
Buffalo, Iowa has been dealing with flooding for a significant part of 2019 so far. Recent rains have forced several businesses and the nearby campground to close because of that high water.
Yeah, since the historic flooding back in the spring, the city hasn't been able to fully recover. Now, this has stopped people from going to the campground, but the local businesses nearby the site are feeling it the most. Judy Van Blaracom says she had to close her restaurant for 18 days during the spring flooding, and when they did reopen, people didn't even know.
It's a big deal for everybody. I mean, for us, because people come from the campground to eat here. Clark's Landing, they go to eat there. And we were very excited when they opened on Labor Day weekend, and you could tell, and people would come in and say, we're staying at the campground. And that was like, oh, yay, it's back to normal, you know?
Now, even with the setback, she says she is confident the area will bounce back, and she doesn't plan on changing locations.
As warmer temperatures continue to linger, some Quad Cities public works crews are already gearing up for the snow and the ice.
Yeah, Davenport is already loading up on road salt for this winter. Local 4's Andrea Medina and Fox 18's Andrea Medina joined us live in our studio. Good morning, Andrea. Is it too early for crews to start preparing?
Good morning, guys. So not at all. While it's only week 2 of the new season, the Davenport Public Works Director tells me preparation is key and they're getting a head start on it right now. Now, last week, 28 trucks brought in 2,000 tons of salt. It's to be used in Clinton, Muscatine, Buffalo, Andalusia, and the Davenport Community School District. In total, 19,000 tons has been allocated to the QCA, with Davenport's portion adding up to 10,600 tons. Davenport will also have another 10,000 tons of salt on reserve should extreme weather like last year hit again. And last winter, the city used about 15,000 tons of road salt. The director says we should have enough to get us through this winter season. Now, the city is also beginning to look over all its winter equipment to ensure everything is up to standard, and we'll start reviewing the routes soon to make sure they're still cost effective. Roderick?
Andrea, thank you. New developments in the ongoing Ukraine phone call controversy. Those developments are first up in this morning's national headlines. CBS News has learned that the State Department's Inspector General has invited lawmakers to a closed-door briefing today to discuss documents related to Ukraine. President Trump is escalating his rhetoric on the impeachment inquiry, calling it a coup and railing against the whistleblower who filed a complaint about the president's call with Ukraine's leader. The sentencing phase resumes today in the Amber Geiger trial. The former Dallas police officer was convicted in the murder and the 2018 shooting death of her upstairs neighbor, Botham Jean. Geiger faces 5 to 99 years behind bars.
And Johnson & Johnson has reached a $20.4 million settlement with 2 Ohio counties. Now, it's in connection with the nation's opioid crisis. The healthcare giant now avoids the first federal opioid trial set to begin in Cleveland later this month. The deal does not require Johnson & Johnson to admit liability.
Chicago Public School support staff and Chicago Park District employees are threatening to strike in the coming weeks. They're asking for better pay and benefits. They delivered strike notices to Mayor Lori Lightfoot's office at City Hall yesterday and protested for better wages. About 7,500 employees, including custodians and special education and teachers, could strike by October 17th.
Back at home now, there will soon be a new leader at the Figge Art Museum in Davenport. The Figge's board of directors hired Michelle Hargrave as executive director and CEO. Right now, she's a deputy director at a museum in Connecticut. Hargrave starts her new job December 9th. She replaces Tim Schiffer, who resigned in July.
7:34 now. The wet spring and dry summer has impacted farmers all across our area.
Yeah, now pumpkin patches are affected. Fox 18's John Vincent tells you how one farmer is paying for it during what's normally a profitable season.
The weather over the last several months have went from one extreme to another across western Illinois. People in this area saw record floods late in the spring, and then not too long after that, they experienced a very dry period, which has all taken its toll on pumpkin patches across our region. Today, I spoke with the owner of Country Corner Farm Market and Pumpkin Patch in Alpha, and he says the wet weather has cost him a lot of money.
On a weekend in October, I mean, I can do thousands of dollars worth of business when the weather's nice. But if it's raining or muddy, you do very little business. So the worst thing about the weather affecting us pumpkin farmers right now, if you're in the entertainment business like myself, is a difference between a nice sunny day and selling a lot of pumpkins and a cloudy, rainy day and selling very few.
Now, Bruce did tell me with the rain expected over the next few days that also will impact his business over the weekend because his pumpkin patch is surrounded by mud. He said once it rains and get really wet, people do not want to come out and pick pumpkins in the mud.
John's Vincent reporting. Now, the county farm market and pumpkin patch will open this weekend, and I can't disagree with other people saying they don't want to pick pumpkins in the mud.
Yeah.
We want nice weather for that, so we are just, hoping, wishing that we'll get nice weather to pick pumpkins this weekend.
Yeah, and that's the good news is we're getting some of that heat getting away from us. But as far as the dry conditions go, Ash, we're still in this period of time where we're getting this rain and just not really getting the chance to dry things off out there.
Yeah, I know. We need a few dry days ahead of us. Might have a couple, but we have some rain today, and unfortunately a little bit of rain on the way Saturday as well. Still have to kind of watch that, but the good news is turning a lot more scattered and a lot more dry than it has been. Today, though, it is going to be wet. We do have a lot of cloud cover out there right now. That cloud cover trapping in the heat, making it nice and warm here this morning, 75. But things are going to cool as we go through the day. It might be warm and muggy now. You see we're down to 72 already in Davenport. Winds out of the west at 13 miles per hour. That west wind bringing much cooler air, and that cooler air is going to settle in very nice as we go through the day today. We're back down to the mid and lower 60s even this afternoon. So you see it's one of those days where temperature is mostly cool as we go through it. So kind of a weird day, but one that's more than welcome. Open arms, I say.
More than welcome, more than appreciated. We'll take it.
Yeah, I'm looking at these colors. Who says green is low 60s? Who made that?
What? What do you
Green.
want?
Well, he made it.
70s,
I didn't make it.
80s?
That's just normal. It's
I
the
know.
accepted norm.
Just for
Green.
everybody.
80s. What?
That would be nice. Like happy, green. Yay!
That's okay.
Frederick,
Let's just get out of here. Coming up, Will Smith is getting into the clothing industry. What his new line draws inspiration from. You tried it there, didn't
I
you?
definitely did. I gotta at least try.
tried it.
That's next in your consumer news. Will Smith, by the
Time
way.
now, 7:37. You're watching Fox 18 News at 7. Looks like
Fox 18 News is live at 7 with Frederick Terry, Alexandria Ikomoni, and meteorologist Ash Simpson. You're watching Fox 18 News at 7 in high definition.